Intermittent fasting. After 50. The key to youth? The human body is a perfect machine designed to repair itself, but we rarely give it the time to do so. Fasting isn't simply not eating. It's the master switch that activates deep cellular cleansing, reduces inflammation, and restores the vitality we thought we'd lost with age. It is, in essence, a necessary biological rest. Hello everyone, welcome! I'm Manuel Granada, a specialist in elder care. I've dedicated a large part of my professional life and years of experience to understanding how we can age not only with dignity, but with strength and health. Today we're going to talk about a fascinating and sometimes controversial topic, fasting, and specifically, how this practice can transform the health of men who have already passed the age of 50. What is fasting and how does the body react? First, let's get the facts straight and debunk a myth. Fasting is not starving yourself. There's a world of difference between involuntary hunger, which is destructive, and fasting, which is a voluntary and controlled restriction of food intake during a specific time window. It's about taking control of your biology. But what actually happens inside you when you close your mouth? Normally, we run on glucose, sugar, from the last thing we ate. It's quick and easy energy, but your body is a hybrid machine. When you fast, you force your body to switch fuels. Let's look at the process step by step. Hours 0 to 8. You're digesting. Your insulin levels rise to process the food. At this point, it's impossible to burn fat. Hour 12, the turning point. Blood glucose is depleted. Insulin drops drastically. Without high insulin, your body gets the green light signal to access its reserves. Fuel, mild ketosis. The liver begins converting stored fat into ketone bodies. In other words, that abdominal fat that bothers us men so much after 50 starts being used as premium fuel for your brain and muscles. Deep digestive rest. Think about this. Digestion consumes a huge amount of energy. By stopping it, the body redirects those resources toward tissue repair and the immune system. It's like shutting down a factory for maintenance to fix the machinery. Autophagy, from hour 16. This is the holy grail. Imagine a microscopic cleaning crew, like a biological Pac-Man, entering your cells. It identifies defective proteins, old mitochondria that no longer function properly, and accumulated waste. It doesn't just eliminate them, it recycles them to create new cellular structures. Your body is literally renewing itself from the inside out. Benefits for men over 50 and scientific evidence. Now, I know you're wondering, Manuel, why is this so vital for me now that I'm over 50? At this age, we face two silent enemies, metabolic slowdown and chronic inflammation. Fasting acts as a strategic and powerful counterattack. The youth hormone, HGH. As we age, we lose muscle mass and bone density. Studies have shown that fasting can raise human growth hormone levels by up to 300% or more in short periods. This hormone is responsible for protecting your muscles, burning fat, and improving skin quality. It is the most powerful natural anti-aging agent there is. Combats silent inflammation. Many joint pains and fatigue that we associate with age are a product of systemic inflammation. Fasting reduces inflammatory markers, such as C-reactive protein, which translates into less knee and back pain and greater mobility. Insulin sensitivity and visceral fat. The fat that accumulates between the organs, belly fat, is dangerous. Fasting directly attacks this fat by reducing insulin resistance, thus reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome. Brain power, neuroplasticity. It's not just the body, it's the mind. Fasting stimulates the production of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF as fertilizer for your neurons. It improves memory, mental clarity, and protects against cognitive decline. The scientific backing is solid. It's not a fad. In 2016, Japanese biologist Yoshinori Ohsumi won the Nobel Prize in Medicine for describing the mechanics of autophagy. But there's more. Studies published in the New England Journal of Medicine have concluded that intermittent fasting improves blood pressure, resting heart rate, and resistance to oxidative stress. Science confirms that allowing food gaps doesn't weaken the body, but rather makes it more resilient to age-related diseases. Recommended frequency. Now for the practical side. How do we implement this without suffering? If you are over 50, aggression is not the answer. Consistency and adaptation are. Your body requires gentler, yet firm treatment. Level 1, the 12-hour fast, circadian rhythm. This is the mandatory starting point. You have dinner at 8 p.m. and breakfast at 8 a.m. It's natural. You give your liver the nighttime rest it needs. If you can't do this, don't try to go any further yet. Level 2, the ideal goal, 16 to 8. Once you've mastered the 12-hour fast, we push a little further. The 16 to 8 method consists of fasting for 16 hours and eating within an 8-hour window. Example: you finish dinner at 8 p.m., skip your traditional breakfast, and have your first meal at 12 noon. During the fasting window, hydration is key. Water, black coffee, without sugar or milk, and tea or herbal infusions are permitted and help control appetite. How to break the fast. Very important. Don't eat bread or sugar immediately. Your body is sensitive. Break the fast with protein and healthy fats, eggs, avocado, meat, nuts. This keeps insulin stable and prolongs the benefits. Frequency. At our age, it's not necessary to do it every day to see benefits. Practicing the 16 to 8 method 2 to 3 times a week is excellent to start with. And a secret: hunger comes in waves. You'll feel a hunger spike at your usual breakfast time, but if you drink water and wait 15 minutes, the hunger hormone, ghrelin, will decrease and the feeling will disappear. Listen to your body. It's in charge here, but learn to distinguish between real hunger and habit. Who should not fast? Pay close attention here, because this is perhaps the most important part of the video. Fasting is a powerful tool, and like any powerful tool, if used in the wrong situation, it can cause serious harm. After age 50, our physiological margin for error is smaller. I want to be very clear. You should not fast, or you should stop immediately if you fall into any of these groups. 1. Type 1, diabetes or diabetes medication. Risk of hypoglycemia. If you inject insulin or take medications like sulfonylureas to lower your blood sugar and you don't eat, your glucose can drop to dangerous levels. This is called severe hypoglycemia. You can experience dizziness, fainting, and even go into a coma. If you are diabetic, fasting must be strictly supervised by your doctor to adjust the dosages. Don't do it on your own. 2. Low weight, malnutrition, or sarcopenia. In gerontology, we're terrified of one word: sarcopenia, loss of muscle mass. If you're already very thin, weak, or frail, fasting can accelerate muscle loss. At this age, muscle is your lifeline. It protects your bones and your metabolism. If you're underweight, your priority should be to nourish yourself and gain strength, not restrict calories. 3. Blood pressure problems or history of fainting. Fasting lowers blood pressure and eliminates fluids and electrolytes, sodium, potassium. If you already suffer from low blood pressure or tend to get dizzy when standing up quickly, orthostatic hypotension, fasting can cause falls. And remember that a fall after age 50 can have complex traumatic consequences. 4. Food-dependent medication. Check your medicine cabinet. Many common medications for older adults, such as aspirin, ibuprofen, or certain antibiotics, are harsh on the stomach and require food to avoid gastritis or ulcers. Others require fat for absorption. If you have a strict medication schedule with food, fasting may not be compatible. 5. Chronic stress or adrenal fatigue. If you are experiencing extremely high work or personal stress, or are sleeping poorly, fasting can be counterproductive. Fasting is a hormetic stress, good stress. But if your stress cup is already full, adding fasting can overflow it, raising cortisol levels and causing more inflammation instead of less. Let's strategically summarize what we've learned today. Fasting is not about abstaining from food. It's about giving your body a biological rest to activate cellular cleansing, autophagy. At our stage of life, it's an ally in protecting testosterone, muscle mass, and mental acuity. The key is consistency, not intensity. Starting with 12 hours is the first step to success. Fasting activates autophagy, cellular cleanup. In men over 50, it helps protect muscle, improves insulin sensitivity, and supports brain health. Moderation is key. Start with 12 hours and progress slowly. Important note: everything I've shared today is for strictly educational and informational purposes. This is not personalized medical advice. Before changing your eating habits or fasting for extended periods, you should consult your doctor or a registered dietitian. They will review your medical history and guide you to avoid harmful practices that could jeopardize your health. I specialize in brain power, neuroplasticity. It's not just the body, it's the mind. Fasting stimulates the production of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF as fertilizer for your neurons. It improves memory, mental clarity, and protects against cognitive decline. The scientific backing is solid. It's not a fad. In 2016, Japanese biologist Yoshinori Ohsumi won the Nobel Prize in Medicine for describing the mechanics of autophagy. But there's more. Studies published in the New England Journal of Medicine have concluded that intermittent fasting improves blood pressure, resting heart rate, and resistance to oxidative stress. Science confirms that allowing food gaps doesn't weaken the body, but rather makes it more resilient to age-related diseases. Recommended frequency. Now for the practical side. How do we implement this without suffering? If you are over 50, I know, but I'm not your doctor. Everybody is different. Before starting anything, especially if you're taking medication, consult a healthcare professional who knows your medical history. The goal is to improve your health. Never compromise your safety. The best investment you can make isn't in the stock market. It's in your own body and well-being. It's never too late to start taking care of yourself. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with a friend or family member who needs to hear this. I'm Manuel Granada, and I hope to see you in the next video so we can continue learning together how to live better. Until next time.